Don't come for me, you guys. You need to hear this part. Hey, my Sky Savers, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kim, and this is World of Sky, a place for women and mothers looking to save money and get the most bang for their buck. And today we're talking all about how to reduce flexible expenses. Previously, I talked about on my channel how to create a basic budget that you can use to track your monthly expenses. If you haven't seen that video, be sure to check it out. I will leave the link in the description box below, as well as I do have a free downloadable monthly budget worksheet that you can download and print off and use it to create your monthly budget. So check that out in the description box below. Today we're going to talk all about expenses. Expenses are a huge part of our budget, both fixed expenses and flexible expenses. Remember that fixed expenses stay the same every single month. So those are things like your rent or mortgage payment, your car note, as well as your student loans. And then flexible expenses will change from month to month. So those are things like your utility costs, they change month to month. If you're attending more social events and you have gifts and treats and things to buy for those events, that it would be considered a flexible expense. Flexible expenses are typically where you can cut costs quickly and kind of easily too. So that is what we'll be discussing today. How to reduce your flexible expenses. Let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how to identify your needs versus your wants. They are two separate things, right? So we need to figure out the things that we absolutely need and are essential, and the things that we would just want, or we would consider those things nice to have. Remember, needs and wants will differ based on everyone's situation, so keep that in mind when you're thinking about what a need is for you and what a want is for you. It is very specific to the person. So a need is anything that you absolutely must have. And so some of those things are the same for all of us. We all need housing, we need food, things of that nature. So those are some categories of things that may fall into the need. But for you, there may be other things that you absolutely cannot live without. And you would identify that thing as a need. A want is something that enhances your life and you would like to have it, but it's not essential. You can survive without it. That is something that would be considered a want. It's also something that you should be able to cut out of your life without significant and long-term disruption. Some examples of some wants are eating out or salon visits, nail visits. Those would be considered some things that are wants. But in certain individual cases, those things may be considered a need. So assess your situation and determine your needs versus your wants. So if you're looking for a way or you need to reduce expenses in your budget after you've made a list of your needs versus your wants, you need to go back and cut out some of your wants. This doesn't have to be long term. It needs to just be as long as it takes for you to get back onto your financial plan. Whatever that is for you, you want to realign your budget. So maybe you cut out eating out for 3 months because you spent way too much money during Christmas time, let's say that. And so now you need to get your budget back in alignment. That would be a want that you could cut out for a short period of time just to realign everything. An essential flexible expense that we all have is food, eating, groceries. That is something that is a need, right? We all need to eat. The method of how we eat and what we eat is something that we can adjust to reduce some of our expenses, but food is an absolute necessity for everyone. So here's some things that you can do when you're shopping for groceries to reduce the amount of money that you're spending on groceries. The first thing is to shop the perimeter of the store. So shop the outer section of the store. That typically has all of your fresh produce, your milk, your eggs, your kind of essential items that you need from the grocery store. Once you start wandering into those middle aisles, that's where you're getting a lot of processed food. You're also getting a lot of, because it is processed and it's easily accessible to you, it's more expensive. So they tend to put those things in the middle and kind of trap you in that middle section of the store. So don't be fooled. Shop the perimeter of the store unless there's something that you absolutely need in the middle, but try to avoid those aisles of highly priced groceries. The next thing that you can do to save money when grocery shopping is to create a shopping list and stick to it. You have to stick to your list. I'm guilty of going shopping and I get distracted by all the little marketing display cases that I see, and I'm like, oh, I want to try that, I'll try this. You grab this, you grab that, and before you know, you've completely blown your budget for groceries for that shopping trip. So create the list, stick to it, and that will help you control your expenses. Another way to reduce your grocery expenses is to shop for items that are multi-purpose. So you want to grab ingredients at the store that you can use in several different recipes and make it in several different ways. So this may include things like flour, sugar, pasta, pasta sauce, things of that nature that you can use in multiple dishes so that you're not buying these one-off specialty products that you need for one dish, one time, and something that you'll never make again. But that bottle of special sauce was, $9.95 and you'll never use it again. You want to buy things that are multi-purpose that you know you will get use out of and that they will not go to waste. The next way to save at the grocery store is to use coupons. Use coupons. They are so powerful and they can really cut your grocery costs. You would be surprised at how many things you can get for such a reduced price, or some things you can even get for free. Yeah. So make sure that you are using your coupons when you go to the grocery store. And along with that tip, you want to make sure that you're using any cashback programs that are available to you after you've shopped at the grocery store. So these would be any kind of rebate programs. There are many apps that you can use to do this, and they will simply require that you take a picture of your receipt and then they'll load points into your account and you can redeem them at a later time. So that is also a great way to get some money back on things you have to buy anyway at the grocery store. Okay, now let's talk about dining out. Yeah. Don't come for me, you guys. You need to hear this part. We all enjoy dining out and enjoying a good meal that we don't have to cook or clean up. I'm here for it, but dining out can be such a huge expense that sometimes people's budget doesn't allow for it. And so it's an area that you can quickly cut out or reduce in order to get your budget back into alignment. Now, I'm not saying that you have to cut out dining out of your budget completely, but here are some ways that you can reduce the cost if you still choose to dine out. The first thing is to sign up for coupons and emails from your top maybe 3 to 5 restaurants that you love to eat out at. They will then send you coupons and discount codes for when they have promotions, and then you only go out to eat at those places if you have a coupon. See, so you still get to eat at your favorite restaurants, but you only do it when you can eat at a discounted price. The next tip is to go to happy hour. A lot of restaurants have happy hour for drinks, but they also have food like appetizers or small plates that you can get for almost half the price. So go a little bit earlier than your normal dinner time, go to happy hour and take advantage of those savings. If you have children, take your family to dine out only on the nights where kids eat for free. So typically those are slower nights during the week for the restaurant, so maybe like a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So check with your favorite local restaurants and see if they offer this perk. It's a great way to reduce the cost but still give your family and maybe you, mom, the break that you need from cooking at home. That tip also goes along if you don't have children. Oftentimes during the slower days of the week for restaurants, so maybe a Monday or Tuesday again, they have discounted prices or they have specials for those evenings because it is slower for business for them and they want to draw more people in. So maybe instead of going out to eat on Friday, Saturday, Sunday night, go during the week and you can see some significant savings in the next tip to saving when going out to eat is to sign up for their birthday club. Oftentimes for your birthday, they will send you a coupon for buy one, get one free, or maybe a free appetizer or a free dessert. So it's definitely a way to save significant amounts of money while dining out. So be sure to sign up for their birthday club
and let them wish you a happy birthday
with a cheaper meal. The last tip I have is for dining out for lunch. If you like to eat lunch out every day, try eating off of the children's menu. Yes, the portions are a little bit smaller, but they're typically enough to fill you up and hold you over until dinner. Oftentimes they're like half the price of the adult meal. So try that option for lunch. So you see, there are ways to reduce the cost of dining out without having to cut it out altogether. So hopefully you found some of those tips helpful and you'll use them for your next month's budget if you need to cut some expenses. Now let's talk about toiletries and personal care items. These items are necessities, right? We need toothpaste, deodorant, laundry detergent. We need all of those things, and they are not considered a want. Those are necessities for those of you that don't know that. But they're expensive. They're so expensive. And so you need to find ways to get those items cheaper. So I know we talked about using coupons for groceries, but you also can use coupons for your personal care items. Laundry detergent, mouthwash, dish soap, body wash, soap, everything that you need to maintain your body and your household, you can get at extremely discounted prices. I'm a couponer myself, and when I first started in my first year of couponing, I got about $1,200 worth of personal care and household items for $350. Okay, so that's like a 62% savings on those items that I had to buy anyway. 62%. Do you know what you can do with that money? You can take it and use it to pay down your other debt. You can take that money and you can use it to go on vacation or buy that nice whatever it is that you're looking to treat yourself to. So couponing is very, very powerful, and it's a way to drastically and quickly reduce some of your personal care and household expenses. I have a free course for beginners that are looking to learn how to coupon and start saving on their toiletry items too. You can check the description box for the link to that free course. And I'm interested to know, have you ever tried couponing? Let me know in the comments below if it's something that you tried or any hiccups that you've run into if you have tried it. And if you haven't tried it, I'm interested to know why not. So let me know in the comments below. Now, let's talk about cutting expenses in the entertainment category, specifically regarding vacations. Many experts will say that vacations and traveling is more of a want than a need, but I beg to differ. I need my vacations.
I need my vacation.
Period. However, I do recognize that vacations are very expensive, and it is something that you need to plan for, but there are also ways that you can reduce the amount that you pay for your trips or vacation based on some of these tips that I'll share with you. The first tip is to travel off season and do not travel around the holidays. All the prices are jacked up during the holiday season. Everything's more expensive. And so if you try to travel during that time, you're going to pay for it. Typically, if you travel during the off season, you can find some great savings on accommodations, food, and tours. Another way to save some money is to fly earlier in the week. So typically if you fly on like a Monday or a Tuesday, it's much cheaper than flying on a Thursday or Friday or Saturday. So keep that in mind. If you can schedule time off from work and you can make it work where you can travel maybe from a Monday to a Monday, you will see some significant savings in the amount that you pay for your airline costs. Another tip regarding flying is to price compare the price of a round trip ticket to the price of two separate one-way tickets. Sometimes you'll find with separating out the tickets, you will see a huge reduction in the amount of the airline fare. So definitely try that for the next vacation you're planning to take. See if it's cheaper to fly one way each way versus just buying one round trip ticket. And lastly, if you are traveling with a large group of people, maybe you want to opt for staying in a house as opposed to staying in a hotel. This will allow you to save so much money, and you will have more space and more amenities available to you in the home than you would in the hotel. So that is a great tip for those traveling with large families or groups of people. The last category that we'll talk about saving money in is clothing. Who loves to shop? I do.
Me, I love to shop.
But again, it can be expensive and eat up a huge portion of our budget. So one way to make your coins stretch a little bit further is to shop for your clothing and your children's clothing during the off season. At the end of each season, retailers mark down their clothing items significantly to make room for the new stock. So this is the time
You want to swoop in.
and grab all those things for 50 or 75% off, and then you can store them until the next season that you can use them. You will save a ton of money by buying clothes when you don't need them. So for instance, buying a swimsuit in January or buying a winter coat in June. The same applies to shoes. So you would buy sandals and boots during the opposite season that you would need them, and you're going to save so much money. I hope you found those tips helpful. Let me know which tip you found most helpful in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you are interested in learning how to coupon and start saving loads of money on your personal care items and your household items, please be sure to check out the link in the description box for the free Couponing for Beginners Masterclass. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Happy savings!